Welcome back to another video. Today is June 7th, 2025. Another raining, wet day, unfortunately. But good for testing out the feature for this firmware, because last video got some debate in the comments session. So what I'm going to do today is to continue to test out the NWM capability from home at the parking lot to a random destination. So the course I set for today is not memorized at all. To see how NWM gonna work for the random, because I'm running out of the battery. I only have 60% battery left over. So I'm gonna start from home on the parking lot to the battery swap station, which is a very new one, just added to the map 2 days ago. Pretty new. I want to check it out as well. It's a Gen 4 battery swap station. If you are interested about the dedicated battery swap videos, you can check out my previous videos. I actually filmed from Gen 1 to Gen 4 respectively. So from the battery swap station, after battery swap, I'm going to go from there to the destination to see how it goes. Again, nothing was memorized, because the point-to-point feature sometimes requires some presetting, like you already drove that road and it can memorize for you. But just want to check out the capability, how the safety and how the recognition and how the algorithm is gonna work out for today. And it's in the daylight, in the day, so better for the view and better for the light. But from here, out of the parking structure, I still have to do this manually. I'm gonna give it a try anyway, but I still have to do this manually because I didn't memorize it. As I mentioned before, the way you get in and the way you get out is different. So I can't, for this firmware, I can't actually memorize it for the way out. So let me get started. I'm gonna just wait for those vehicles to get out, so I don't have any vehicle behind me, so I can actually turn on the voice activated NWM pathfinding anytime. Okay, it's time. If I have to take over, I take over. I will let you know, and you will hear sound, and you will see the behavior from the vehicle. It's gonna be different. So don't worry about that. I'm faking the video. Some people just, I don't understand why. They always feel like a Chinese brand is trying to fake it. I'm driving at this moment. You can clearly see that. Getting out of the gate. There's no signs or text for vehicle to actually recognize it. Only some signs out on the floor, but not enough, because there's so many ways out. I'm gonna give it a try right now to see how it goes. Okay, not working. So I exited it, and I'm gonna do this again. Just for fun. Just for fun. Still can. Yeah. You see that? It's something that confused the vehicle, because there's so many way out. So you actually don't know which one is the actual way out. That's because of the planning from this parking structure. Actually, the other way is the way in, but they decided not to put it as a way in because they're gonna confuse the traffic. And it's a raining day. I already activated. I didn't quit it actually, so it's gonna pass through the gate and it goes straight ahead. See how it goes. Actually didn't work it out like last time, but I'm gonna give it a assist, a help. So now it started. So still some room to improve for the last few meters from the gate on the road. That part sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. So it really depends. I don't know which part it depends, because I definitely tried it out and successfully made it before, but not every time. The learning, okay, didn't recognize this left turn, so I give it a little bit assist, and I quitted it. So I'm gonna report this because that's something weird.
开始上报你的问题吧。收到了，感谢你。领航开始。
I reactivated the knob.
领航辅助已退出。
And didn't recognize this red headlight.
开始上报你的问题吧。
没有识别到红绿灯。
收到，谢谢你的反馈。
That's something I know. I heard about other people testing out had this
领航开
issue.
始。
Okay, doing the right turn. And there's another problem for this firmware that in the midpoint of turning, they stop the lighting. So that's a bug, I believe. And you see there's a electric bike ahead of us that the people don't always follow traffic rule in China. So the vehicle recognized it and made a left turn to avoid collision with that. So that's the part of the route is same like the one I tested out in the night last time. So just in the daytime. Alright. There's a very strange people that is getting the wrong direction. Alright, it stopped for me. Recognize it. Reckless driver. And we are green light. What a day. Alright. You see that? It stopped for me. So, good. So far so good. I don't like the first 500 meters from out of the gate. That's something definitely need an improvement. But so far, as long as we are on the road, I think I don't have any complaint. So we recognize we need to go. Okay, we're going right. Never mind. Another thing, notice that sometimes you want to get close to the solid lines, which is getting me panic because if there are any pedestrian or electric bicycles, it might be a problem. That people saying we are actually being rude to them. So we are on the way to the battery swap station. That is the intersection camera view, so you can see a better view all around to see if there's any threat or any emergency we need to take over. I don't know exactly, but in principle, I hopefully for this total journey, including a battery swap, I shouldn't take over, except for the part I have to drive out of the battery switch station. So let's take a look at it today to see how it goes. There is a vehicle on the other
下
side,
单成
and
功。
okay,
前面还有地雷，
order is
为
placed.
避免过号，请尽快到达换电站。
So there's one people ahead of us, so I have to wait. Okay, that's the battery swap station. It recognized it, but it passed it.
领航无法通过前方掉头
I have to take over.
，Pilot 已退出。
There's a reckless driver behind me that is actually horning all the time. That's the problem for some part of Shanghai that so many people from other cities don't really understand the traffic rules or
请在适当位
behave.
置掉头。
So I have to clearly that was not successful getting into the battery swap station. And also on the map, it actually passed it by. That's strange. So I have to totally manually get into the battery swap station. It's pretty strange. This battery swap oh, it's a charging station. I see. I see that the Gen 4 station ahead of us, and there's one vehicle inside.
已为你重新规划路线，请在适当位置掉头。
Oh, there's another vehicle just arrived, waiting for that. Reverse parking a little bit on the other direction. Wait for that vehicle to finish its order. Okay. I'll wait. What a rainy day, and if you don't have battery swap feature, you have to get out the car or find a messy charging station and get out of the car and pour over the charging head and do the charging for yourself and get out of the car again and finish it. That's not very pleasant. Or you can also charge at home, that slow charge overnight. Cheap but very slow, right? So you have to plan accordingly for that. But with battery swap, you can just stay in the car and stay chill. Last year they had some feature like you can have a coffee machine on the driver's side. So when you are doing the battery swap, you can actually purchase some coffee or iced teas. But it was not promoted recently. I don't know why. It should be a good point that you can also make the space of the battery swap station useful, right? So one more minute to wait. So the nice thing about the network is it can actually plan so accordingly and can see how many people is in the line. How many people is actually coming and what's the order for the people waiting in line. So I'm the second right after that one. So and there are actually 1075 kilowatt per hour battery available for me because I don't order the larger capacity one. That's 4 out of 4 available. So the other vehicle is waiting for that one. Okay. There are also other battery capacities for Envo. So 4 out of 4 available. There's no Envo vehicle at this moment. We are in the center of the high technology park, so I think this battery swap station gonna be very popular, very busy soon, really soon. That's the first Gen 4 station around. All the others are Gen 3 or Gen 2. That's gonna be my favorite in the future. I already tested out that the Gen 4 could do the battery swap as quick as 2.5 minutes, or 3 minutes including parking thing. It's already 4 minutes for this vehicle. It's a Gen 1 vehicle, so I don't know if that's the reason. It's quite slow, but it's almost there. I know this video is gonna capture a lot of negative comments because of the takeover thing today. Yeah, I know that, but I'm trying to be objective. I already told you that the course is random set. So it's not something that NWM should really be able to do, to handle, but something else like the red headlight or not recognizing this way getting into the battery swap station, I don't like it. So I'm showing that to you as well.
为避免
My
过
turn.
号，请在3分钟内到达换电站点击开始换电流程。
Okay, I'm gonna leave that to the vehicle.
很棒，可以点击换电泊车开始了。请不要操作车门和方向盘，注意观察四周，可以踩刹车控制车速。
I'm not sure if you noticed some overlap between the self-parking feature with this battery swap. You see that you have to have this self-parking feature for this vehicle to get into the battery swap station. So if you can develop the the self-parking feature, you finish this part. So you don't have to waste money for another feature. It's the same feature shared both by battery swap and self-parking, which is nice. I got 5% left over. I purposely planned this battery swap even though I still have 5% left over because I'm gonna miss this video. So I voluntarily donated this 5% to the station.
Power swap is about to start. During this time, vehicle may shake and make noise. This is normal. Do not open any door, shift gears, or press brake pedal.
That music coming from the vehicle because I set a autoplay for the radio for 20 minutes and shifted to the music. That's something I don't like. It's dummy that I paused the music, but it still automatically carried out the program that after 20 minutes, even though it was paused, it will carry out and shifted to the music. And that's more like a software thing. It's not about the vehicle, the driving and the intelligence about the driving mode. The wait time is going to be 2 more minutes based on my experience. So we're already in the process removing the battery, the empty battery. Here you can feel like there's a bumping because the battery is being taken off, loosen the bolt and taken out it. And you can also see on the screen that the process is showing here. Not sure if you can see it. Oh, you can see it. On the app, you can see the vehicle live. That's mine. But if I'm on the way, I want to check out this battery swap station, the condition for that. I can clearly see that the real-time battery swap thing, and with some timing and the lines, how many people are in the line, how many people are heading to this station. So you can always plan accordingly if there are several battery swap stations available nearby. Which is the case in Shanghai. I think the first 2 videos, including this one today, I'm still exploring the feature from this NWM, understanding its capability, getting more understanding, and so I can actually have ask this vehicle to do better job
电
next
池换
time.
好了，
So
开出去请小心。
wow, great! I got a 99% battery. That's a weird thing. I have to manually drive out. Okay. Because usually it's 93% charged. That means this battery was actually recently inspected in the station,
请
so
在适当
fully
位置掉
charged.
头。
Like with the routine that sometimes you have to charge it to 100% to do this calibration thing. Okay, let me see if I can get out of the station.
Pilot， 前方要左转了，辅助
Okay.
驾驶无法通过。
Yeah, it's asking me to take over. It's doing something weird, so I have to take over.
左转
Okay, I see.
，Pilot 已退出。
Let me get out of the road
已切换路线，
and switch to another road. Now I'm gonna activate it again.
领航开始。
Okay. I think one of the commonest thing that he's seen, maybe particular to you, that you have seen much worse road conditions. I don't think it's gonna be worse than the electric bicycle here, reckless driver without a helmet, and another one just getting in our lanes on a rainy, wet day. But so for that part, NIO did a good job for NWM. Now we're waiting for that left turn on the headlight. Oh, sorry for the music. Yeah, stop it. We have 3.2 kilometers away from the destination. So still a lot to test out. I think I know something about the NWM pathfinding. So you have to really drive it for one time, at least one time, and then memorize it. And then the vehicle can handle the rest of the part with a set course. But for the transition from the off-road in the park, in the battery swap station, out of it, unless you memorize it, you still cannot handle it. Because you clearly see that part was a mess. It doesn't have clear signs or signals to actually guide the vehicle out of the park. Okay. Green light. Left turn. Step a little bit on the mid lines, but quickly back to the middle. So it's all right because we don't have a lot of traffic at this moment. Alright, you didn't recognize there are two lanes. That is gonna be a problem. There's another NIO vehicle behind me. He has the cameras. If you wanna report me, I'm gonna get you reported for that. 3 points and 300
路
RMB.
有点滑，要帮你打开湿地模式吗？
It's actually if I need to turn on the wet mode, which is because it's a 4-wheel drive. Okay. But never mind. I think it's a 4-wheel drive. It's fine. Or should I say it's all-wheel? I think it's all-wheel. There are 2 vehicles, 2 taxis actually. One is turning right, one is turning left. So you slow down for that. Strange. Okay. Get a light for that? Oh, it's trying to park. See that? It's all right. It's not a big deal for this formula. Even for previous big formula, it's not a big deal. All right. That right turn is is human drive like it's very human being like there are traffic going through with the green light. They actually didn't wait for that and sneaking through the electric bicycle and the vehicles and doing the with the green light. Okay, that's a good job. That's something I think only this formula can handle it. He will request a takeover or has to slow down really slow and wait for those traffic and couldn't make it. Here we have green light, left turn. See how it goes. Trajectory is right, so just waiting for the pedestrian to going through. Okay, that's good. There's another challenging thing is we're gonna make a right turn ahead of that crossing. So at this moment we are still on the. I just realized that I actually used another course. So I think it's very late. I'm not sure if he can handle it. Alright, he handled it with a very rush turning. There's 3 lanes at one time. So I didn't notice that I had set a 30 minutes filming limit. So the last part that entering the destination, the gating, was not filmed with. But actually this vehicle was able to do a battling for the left turn with the straight vehicles and entering the gate without any help. So now I'm gonna do the backwards that from this place back to home. I have to drive out of the park first because it doesn't have I didn't memorize it. So and also I have to pay for the parking fee. So I have to drive manually first. Still raining.
已为你重新规划路线。
Oh, there's an Alvo ahead of us, the white vehicle. I need to pay for the parking fee, so can't do that automatically. That gate was not linked to any app through the vehicle. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna activate it right now.
Pilot 定航开始。
Okay. Back to home. We'll make a right turn ahead of that crossing, following that bus. It's very slippery here now. I didn't turn on the web mode because it's already very stable for the tires as of a SUV. Okay, there's a delivery man trying to break the red light. So he stopped for it a little bit. Now we're going straight. I had to guess a little bit because the headlight is going to be turned red. Okay. We'll have to make a left turn. If you look on the panel, you can see that the Autopilot app is actually recognizing the people on the crossing and the vehicles ahead of us on the other lanes, and even another vehicle far from us trying to wait in the left turn waiting zone. I made a conclusion for the first half when from home to here. It was not filmed with. It was like for that trip, the first part before the battery swap was horrible. There's still a lot of mistakes I have never seen before happened. But the rest half of the journey was pretty good. It's awesome. It's like including the battling for the left turn with the green light, also entering the parking zones through the gate. Although I didn't actually drive here and let the vehicle memorize that journey, so first half was horrible. The left part, the rest of the hard part was pretty good, as expected. We have a very light traffic on Saturday and especially a rainy day. So it was not so challenging, but I want to tell you that I have been trying to use this when I'm doing commute. That never happened before because of the algorithm that if you want to make turns, you have to wait a few seconds before you make the turns. So it's useless in the peak time. No vehicle is gonna let you pass or let you make the turn. So, but I started to use it in commuting time a few times. Not like 100% of the time, but part of the time it become useful. I'm gonna speed up some part of the video because it's very smooth and no traffic, no challenge. Oh, one more thing for the U-turn. You can make U-turn now. So when it's doing U-turn, it may warn you that it cannot do it and ask you to take over. But if you insist not to take over, it will eventually do the U-turn for you. But it depends. Sometimes the U-turn still looks ugly. It's not like human being driving. It's like the trajectory is very wavy and very random. It's not like a very smooth U-turn. But you can do U-turn now. I'm actually thinking maybe I should try it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive over a little bit and plan a U-turn so you can see how it goes. Let's see. Oh shoot, that's another one. Not doing signal. Tesla was very popular last few years, and many people never drive before. They bought a Tesla, and it's a very, it's an electric vehicle. It's an EV that is very fast. Lots of accidents from those new drivers happen, and so that one is clearly a new driver, not following the rules. See that? It's just driving on two roads, 2 lanes. Reckless. Also, the lane picking when we're getting to the crossing, it's getting better. Before that, you may just go to the right lane or the left lane, and may just interfere with the other vehicles. But now it recognizes that we should stay in the middle lane, and we need to make a right turn now. Yeah. You can see that now when it's wanted to get a left change, a lane change, it's gonna do this immediately right after the lighting signals. So making it very useful in the peak time. I'm gonna manually take over and. So you will have to make a U-turn somewhere. So I'm gonna do this first. Okay.
进入右转专用道，随后右转。
It will reschedule the.
已切换路线。
Yeah. Okay. I'll continue to do this until it forces a U-turn somewhere.
即将右转，右转，已切换路线，向右前方进入辅路，即将在红绿灯路口右转，右转，已为你重新规划路线。
Okay, I'll pick another one with U-turn.
已切换路线。
Okay.
领航开始。
Now I reactivated it, so I can do a U-turn. Okay, the left turn is on. Let's see how it goes. I think it will warn me. So it slowed down. I'm still trying to do this.
已切换路线。
You see that? It's doing this. The trajectory is not very smooth, but it's doing its job.
已为你重新规划路线。
You can do U-turn. I showed you here. Just still need some improvement because this one was not promoted in this particular firmware. But I believe since it can handle it, in the later updates you could do this better and better with learning and improvements, right? So we're gonna do another left turn. Okay, recognize it. Oh, too late. Okay. So it was too late. So we couldn't do that. And that is a changeable lane. So now it's green light. So I have to do this. I have to take over.
已为辅助驾驶位启动，领航开始。
And when I'm passing through, I reactivated it again. So that's something like the first journey, right? So it just missed a few important crossing on lane changes. Very weird. It was not very challenging one. So that means you still have to take care of this vehicle with some attention. I was not paying attention at all, so that's why I missed it. If I give it a little bit of assist or help, it could do it. So another U-turn. That's a bonus for you. So we will have to do a left turn lane change. This is a U-turn lane. The right left turn is not a U-turn lane. And we have a waiting zone there. Let's see how it goes. You can recognize it. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. So this time it doesn't. It doesn't recognize there's a waiting zone ahead of us. You actually see it on the panel, but for some reason it couldn't actually do this. In the previous firmware, it definitely can do it because I showed in the videos. So now I have to manually do this. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually slowly gassing it around. Okay. So to some point, all right, it stopped because I feel like as I was forcing it, it didn't recognize it. Sorry, that was no longer a bonus because I cannot reactivate it. When I was trying to gas it, I think I forced the vehicle to recognize, to feel like now you are passing it through, so how about we just go to the left? And then it didn't really stop for the signal. So when I stop it from exiting the pilot mode, I cannot reactivate it because some safety reason. So I have to have some speed until I can reactivate it again. Never mind. We already showed you you can do U-turn. With enough spacing. Without the spacing, sometimes like the last video I showed you, it may stuck there and have to slow down and wait for the next actions. So a left turn, slow down. That slow down is not making sense. There's no traffic at all. And a right turn. You see that? It's very smooth. Right after that. Because this distance is very short. If you go back to many videos before, the first few road test videos, the firmware there could not handle this one because it's too short for it to make a very abrupt lane change. Okay. It's very nice. Recognize it. So now it's gonna be the pathfinding where it memorized from last time, but I didn't do anything. Still working it. You see? So everything is by the vehicle. I think that's the benefit from point to point. That you drive it one time and let the vehicle remember it, and it's gonna be free forever. So just very slow because it's a slope downhill, right? Very slow, but working. No warning or a sound for taking over whatsoever. And doing the right turn because there's some barricade over there. Okay, very nice right turn. So this part, the pathfinding part, is good. The problem is if we have a different in and out pathway, it won't handle it right now. I can only remember one time. So I hope in the next few firmwares, as I already reported this, the firmware update could allow me to do a different pathfinding settings. Remember them? Even though they are at the same destination, right? And that's gonna be even better. So now I'm only showing you getting into the parking structure, not the way out, because it cannot handle it. If I just force it to do the pathfinding, it will follow the way I get in, and which is the wrong way. All right, pretty good so far. Okay, see the gate open for us. So the vehicle waits for that gate opening and continue. You hear that? Because there's reckless driver. Okay, never mind. So I can continue that. But the vehicle actually saw that ahead. You remember? You hear that sound? That was the emergency sound. It was trying to stop for me if I don't take over. Okay, let me see how it goes. Maybe I just rapidly stop it and it stuck some point. Alright, never mind. I can just do this myself. It's not a big deal. But anyway, thanks for watching. And you see that the safety features over there. Very nice, very impressive. For the second half from the battery swap station, everything works fine. And I showed you the U-turn, it's pretty good. Improvement is gonna be based on more learnings, more presettings, and some transition period from the parking structure onto the road. I think still have some gap to fill as a real 100% point-to-point. Now I can say it is a 98, 99%, but with the care from people, with care from the driver. So leave your comments if you have more questions or you other features you want me to test out. Thank you for watching.